Hey guys, it's Dr. Huntington here, and today I'm going to take you through several of the oils that you'll find in most supermarkets. Now, some are good for you and should definitely be consumed, and you might be a bit surprised at which oils you should avoid. Healthy oil is important to have in your diet because you need to consume fat in order for your body to function properly. Now, I know that for most of us, we think of fat and maybe we look down at our stomach, or we look at our legs, or like under our arms, and we think fat is the last thing that I need more of, but fat, on your body that you want to get rid of, and the healthy fat that you need to consume to be healthy are two totally different things. Now, eating healthy fat will not make you fat. In fact, eating lots of healthy fat instead of bad carbohydrates, such as bread and pasta and candy and soda and cookies and waffles and pancakes and pretzels and potatoes, will actually help you lose weight. So if you don't eat those bad carbohydrates, but you eat lots of healthy fat, you'll be more likely to actually lose weight. And it's unfortunate the name fat associated with the macronutrient and the word fat that we use to describe what's on our bodies that we don't want so much of are the same. But eating healthy fat and having fat on your body, it's not a direct correlation. Okay, so here are some of the oils that will give you a healthy boost. The first one I've got listed up here is olive oil. It's perhaps the most commonly known and used of the oils. It's flavorful. It's got a nice flavor. You can use it for dressings, so a lot of salad dressings. You can do oil and vinegar is obviously a very simple salad dressing to do, but there's a lot of health benefits to it. You can drizzle olive oil on steamed veggies. You can also use olive oil in cooking, like when you like a light saute, or when baking. Olive oil will work just fine for that. Now, it's important to know that olive oil has a low smoke point, so it's not a good choice for frying. That's why I've got it listed here as low. You have to be careful. If you notice, if you put olive oil in a frying pan and turn the heat up, that relatively quickly you'll notice the olive oil starts to turn brown and then black. And you don't want to consume olive oil when it's in that state. So it's not good for frying, okay? So it's for your lower temperature cooking, or just to eat without heating it at all. Another good one to consume is coconut oil. I've got it listed here. Coconut oil actually has a high smoke point, so it's better to use for cooking, particularly at high temperature cooking. Now, coconut oil also has a lot of other helpful uses, actually topical uses, which is pretty interesting. Coconut oil is good for the skin. You can use it on sores or rashes. If you have kids, you can use it for diaper rash. Other kinds of skin conditions, coconut oil is good for that. It can actually be used for conditioner. You can use it for toothpaste. If you've ever heard the term oil pulling as it relates to oral health, you can actually just take a scoop of coconut oil, usually at room temperature. It's in a solid state. You can go ahead and take that spoonful and put it in your mouth. You'll notice it melts pretty quickly, and then you can swish it around and spit it out. And what it's actually doing is it's pulling the toxins out from the oral cavity, out around your teeth, and you'll notice after you spit it out, your teeth and your mouth feel a lot cleaner. It's very interesting, but a lot of health benefits to that. It's a bit of a side note because we're talking about consuming oils, but you can use coconut oil for that purpose. Coconut oil, it has a high amount of medium chain fatty acids, which are very good for energy production, and which they're harder for your body to convert into stored fat. So it's a good healthy type of fat to consume. Next one I've got here is avocado oil. It also has a high smoke point, so that's good for higher temperature cooking. You don't have to worry about it burning so quickly. It can help promote healthy cholesterol levels. And also, it's since it's got that high smoke point, it's good for use with, like if you're stir frying or you're sautéing or searing something, avocado oil will work well for that. The next one I have under the avocado or the oils to use is walnut oil, and it contains a lot of heart-healthy omega-3s. For that reason, it's very good to consume. You don't have to cook with it to get those omega-3s, of course. You can eat it plain or use it for cooking or for flavoring. I mean, it has a nutty flavor to it, so it's a good oil to use if you need an oil for use in baking or for desserts because of that flavor. Now, the next one I have up here is palm oil, and then I specifically put in, indicated here, red palm oil. Now, palm oil is high in saturated fat, and despite the false association that has been made between, saturated fat and heart disease, you see, saturated fat is actually important for your overall health, and the association that's been made between saturated fat and heart disease is a false association. There's a lot of health benefits to saturated fat, and palm oil has it, and so for that reason, there is a health benefit there. It also has high amounts of antioxidants and vitamins, and for that reason, when you're looking at your palm oils, you want to make sure that you're using red palm oil and not white palm oil. You'll notice if you go in the store and you look at your palm oil, there are some that are white. That white palm oil has been processed, and it's basically been stripped of a lot of the nutritional value. Some of the stuff we're talking about that would normally be in red palm oil is going to be absent in white palm oil. So you're losing a lot of the benefit. So make sure you're using the red. You can use palm oil for flavoring in dishes because it has a taste to it. You can use it for soups and sauces. Some other interesting uses. You can use it for skin as a moisturizer because of that dense nutrient content. It's good for your skin. And actually, because of the high level of carotenes in palm oil, you can actually put it on your skin and use it as a sunblock. It's equal to about an SPF of 15, but of course minus a lot of the chemicals that you're going to find in your typical sunblocks. Next item that I have on here, I've got grapeseed oil. I've got that listed as something you can use at higher temperature cooking, which is of benefit. It's got a mild flavor to it. It's good for dressings. Grape seeds and grapeseed extract has shown to have a lot of health benefits. An incredible number, actually. When you look it up, helps develop healthy bones and helps reduce swelling, and it's good for brain health and oral health. Helps with blood sugar regulation, and so of course when we're talking about the oil, it's not exactly the same as grapeseed extract, but they're coming from the grapeseed. So a lot of the health benefits that you'll see probably associated with the extract probably translate over to some degree in using the oil in terms of consumption. Okay, so now we're going to look at a couple of the oils to avoid. And to be clear, I basically use these oils in my house for personal use with my family, with our cooking and such. And then I've got a list of oils here that you're going to want to avoid. The first one I have listed here, actually I'll start at the bottom here. I've got canola oil because that's pretty common. It's been promoted as being a healthy oil, but it's extracted from something called rape seeds, which when they extract the oil, they actually use a toxic solvent. Another problem is that most of those seeds are genetically modified, so therefore the oils are coming from a genetically modified plant. Also, this particular oil contains harmful trans fats, so it's not a good choice. It's been promoted as a healthy oil. You'll see it, unfortunately, in a lot of health food stores. On their salad bar, they promote that, but you don't want to be consuming canola oil. I've got all these guys listed. So soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil. You'll notice these are vegetable oils, right? So they're all listed here as hydrogenated or PHO, partially hydrogenated oils. Now, these are made from vegetables, as I mentioned up here. They contain trans fats. let me explain this to you. So here's what a trans fat is, and here's what's happening. You know, the hydrogenation process, what they're doing in order to increase the shelf life of these products is they're taking a hydrogen molecule and they're jamming it into the molecular structure of these oils. And when they do that, you know, the oil in its natural state has a particular shape. And when they jam that hydrogen molecule in there, it actually like flips it around. And that's why you hear the term trans fats. It's a different molecular shape. And so actually changing the structure of this oil, which is coming from nature, right? So then you end up with these trans fats. And, you know, it's been shown that these trans fats actually increase heart disease risk. And it has to do with, you know, how they basically get stuck, for lack of a more complicated description, you know, in your vascular system, and can start to plug things up. Okay, so you know, there you have it. The next time you're at the grocery store, you know, take note of these healthy oils, and you know, make sure that you are using these in your kitchen and using them when you're preparing food, when you're preparing a salad, and make sure that you get these out of your house. You don't use these for cooking. Don't consume these oils. I think if you do that, you'll be on your way to better health.